Miss Kinnian?
Beth's taking him up to the lab to run some tests.
Oh, all right. And do you happen to know his IQ?
68.
And how did you meet him?
Oh, he came to this class I teach for mentally challenged adults, Dr. Strauss. The first night he came, of course, he couldn't read or write, but he bought a newspaper on the way to class, thinking he could read it on his way home.
Our subjects must know how to read and write, Miss Kinnian. We want him to keep a journal of his reactions.
Oh, he can now, Professor Nemur, at about a third grade level. But he's just so anxious, so very eager to learn. That's why I wrote to you when I heard about this project.
Has he any family?
If he has, he's lost track of them. They put him in an institution years ago. This lady who owns a bakery got him out, gave him a job. Exactly what kind of operation is this?
Oh, it's very new.
So far, we've only done it with mice.
Mice?
Oh, but it's been very successful. Why, there's a mouse in the lab right now. His name is Algernon. His intelligence has increased threefold, and it's still growing.
Can you explain it? The operation to me?
It's too complicated for a layman to understand.
Put very simply, remove the damaged portion of the brain and then by chemical injection revitalize it, permitting it to produce brain proteins at a supernormal rate.
You're right. It is too complicated for a layman.
If the operation isn't a success, the patient's mental capacity would increase, perhaps to a level of genius, and we think this would happen very rapidly.
Genius? And will stay that way permanently.
We have every reason to believe so.
What happens if the operation isn't a success?
There may be no effect at all. Or his intelligence may increase temporarily. Or it might make it worse.
What would happen to him then?
Miss Kinnian, we would not proceed if we were not reasonably sure of success. However, we are aware of the possibility of failure, and provisions have been made to secure the patient's future in that event.
Perhaps I shouldn't have brought Charlie here.
There's inevitably some danger in exploring new fields, Miss Kinnian. But if Charlie is chosen and we succeed, he will have more than a new life. He will have a life. And even if we fail, Charlie will have made a greater contribution to mankind than most normal people can ever hope to do.
I hope I'm doing the right thing. Just make yourself comfortable, Charlie.
You want I should open my mouth and say ah?
Why would I want that?
Well, that's doctors. Open your mouth and say ah.
I'm not a doctor, Charlie.
Well, ain't this a doctor's office?
No, Charlie. This is a laboratory. Now just relax.
Oh, it hurts when they say relax.
It won't hurt, Charlie. There's nothing to worry about.
I know. I got my lucky rabbit's foot.
Good. We're just going to run some tests.
When I was a kid, I always failed tests, in school.
Well, this is different. It's called the Rorschach test.
Raw shock?
Yes. You look at these pictures and tell me what you see.
That's the test?
Yes. Look at this, Charlie. What might this be? Here, take a closer look. What do you see on this card? People see pictures in these ink blots.
Where?
No, you have to find them. Think, Charlie. Imagine there's something there.
I imagine ink blot.
Look at this, Charlie. Does it remind you of anything? Pretend it's something.
Oh, pretend. I pretend.
Yes.
I pretend a bottle of ink spilled it all over a white card.
All right, Charlie. Let's try the other one. We're going to play a game, Charlie. This is called the maze.
Oh, I don't see no pictures.
No, this isn't a test. It's sort of a race. See, there are all these little alleys here, and mouse starts here and has to find all the openings in all the walls and get it to her. That makes the bell ring. And then he gets a prize, some cheese.
Well, no mouse would find all of them holes.
Charlie, this is Algernon.
Hiya. He's cute.
Now watch. Okay, Algernon, go.
Boy, that sure is a smart mouse.
Would you like to race him?
Aw, I couldn't fit in there.
No, Charlie. See, this arrangement is the same as Algernon's maze. You take a pencil and draw a line from here till you reach the end here. But you mustn't go over any of the printed lines.
And who gets to the end first wins. like cheese.
Oh, that's fine. We'll just eat words.
Okay.
Okay, Charlie. Ready, set, go.
Oh, I can't.
No, Charlie, go back. Find the way.
Here. I didn't know mice was so smart.
Well, this one had a lot of advantages.
Well, I could do it better, because I want that operation. I want to be smart. I can watch Algernon every day and learn how to do the mates faster, even if it takes a long time. I could do it.
I understand, Charlie, but we'll have to see what Professor Nemur has to say. Please wait in here. He's strong as a horse and good-natured and very anxious. I think he's the most likely prospect we've seen.
All right, Charlie Gordon's our man.
Came through the operation perfectly, but mentally, it's too soon to tell.
Miss Kinnian, I had the operation. It didn't hurt none because they done it while I was sleeping, but I don't think I'm smart yet.
That's not how it works, Charlie. It comes very slowly and you have to work hard to get smart.
Well, then what do I need the operation for?
So when you learn something, Charlie, it sticks with you. Not the way it was before.
Oh, see, I thought I'd be smart right away, so I could go back and show my friends at the bakery and talk smart things with them, like how the president makes dumb mistakes and all. Because when you're smart, you get lots of friends to talk to, and you never get lonely by yourself all the time.
You will, Charlie, in time. Now see, I brought you a present.
Gee, thanks. What is it?
It's a notebook, Charlie, and I want you to write in it every day.
Well, write what?
Well, we'll call it a progress report.
Progress report?
Progress report. You put the date at the top and write everything you think, feel, and remember about the past day.
Well, I don't remember so good.
Just take my word for it, Charlie. This is very important. By reading these, we'll know what's going on in your mind.
I don't know what's going on in my mind, so how can you?
Just do it, Charlie.
Can I go back to work?
I think so. In a few days, most likely.
Oh, and Charlie, we're going to loan you a teaching machine.
Machine, if I'm going to get teach, I want to go back to Miss Kinnian's class.
I'll be coming to the center to teach you specially, Charlie.
Yeah? When?
Soon.
But in the meantime, you'll use the machine. It works something like a TV set. It talks and it shows pictures. And I want you to put it on every night just before you go to sleep.
You're kidding. Why should I turn the TV on before I go to sleep?
Because we say so, Charlie.
Why? What's it going to do?
Do as we say, Charlie.
No, explain me why.
He's beginning to question authority.
The machine, Charlie, it can do many things for your mind. It can teach you while you're sleeping. And as you fall asleep, it will make you have dreams and remember things from your past.
Well, what's good getting smart in my sleep? I want to be smart when I'm awake.
Charlie, you have two minds, the conscious and the subconscious. The machine will teach your conscious mind while you're awake, and your subconscious while you sleep.
Well, if I gotta get smart for two minds, I'll never get smart.
But Charlie, you're getting smarter all the time. You don't even realize it. It's moving so slowly now, like the hour on the clock. Soon you're going to be a very intelligent young man, Charlie.
And use the machine, Charlie.
Two times 2 is 4. 2 times
I
3
never learned
is
nothing watching
6.
the late movies.
2
And
times
there's no
4
interest in you.
is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 8 is 16. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24.
How am I supposed to get any sleep?
8 times
With you
4
yelling
is
numbers at me all
32.
night.
8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is...
March 15. Progress report. No, progress report. I report, no progress. That mouse still wins the race. I hate him. I could probably be amazed faster than a regular mouse. Your friend, Charlie Gordon. April 1st. Progress report. I went back to work. I got Oliver's job because he quit and I could run the mixing machine. I could never do that before. And I got an advance, and that means more money.
What is it?
Oh, it's his progress report for April 9th. It's the day I gave him his punctuation lesson, and there is a comma after every word.
His progress, it's remarkable. His IQ is already well over 100. We think he'll hit 150 in a few weeks.
He's going so fast. I've already got him reading novels and history, and his arithmetic is almost at a high school level. I think in a week or so, we could probably start him on a foreign language. We're just going to have a problem once he reaches college level.
What?
Me. I don't think I can keep up with him.
It's going to be a pity, but we'll cross that bridge when we have to. He's very fond of you. You're almost, well, a mother figure to him.
If I had wanted to become a mother professor, I would have married and become a mother.
Miss Kinnian, I beat Algernon.
That's wonderful, Charlie.
I never even known I beat him until Beth Seldon told me. And then I got so excited I lost. But then I beat him 8 times in a row.
That's excellent news, Charlie.
I must be getting smart to beat a smart mouse like that.
Yes, Charlie.
And then Beth let me hold him. I felt bad I beat him and I wanted to make friends. I wanted to feed him too, but Beth wouldn't let me.
Algernon's a very special mouse, Charlie. When he wants to eat, he has to solve a new problem to get his food.
How would you like to pass a test every time you get hungry?
Me? I have a PhD.
How's everything else going, Charlie?
Swell, I got an advance at the bakery.
Yes, I know. I read your reports.
You read them?
Yes, to help me see how you're getting on.
It's funny, I was writing them, but I never thought nobody was reading them. Or you.
Does that bother you?
Well, it's like I write down everything, everything I think about and all. Maybe some things I wouldn't want you to know.
You have nothing to be ashamed of, Charlie. You're a fine person. You're going to show them all one day.
Well, show them what?
I guess I mean, for someone that God gave so little to, you've done more than a lot of people who've had brains their whole lives and never even used them. Just don't be too upset if you suddenly discover that everyone isn't as smart as you think, or as nice.
Well, people are nice, Miss Kinnian. You and Dr. Strauss, and my friends at the bakery. They're smart and they're good. And they like me. Well, nobody ever did nothing that wasn't nice.
Try the books, Charlie. Oh, we'll stop for now.
Is something wrong?
No. No. I just got something in my eye.
April 15th. Miss Kinnian is a nice lady. Like my mother used to be, I think. I remember my mother told me to be good and always be friendly, but be careful because some people don't understand and they might think you was making trouble.
Очень хорошо, Charlie. Now repeat after me. Меня зовут Charlie.
Меня зовут Charlie.
Very good, Charlie. I'm really proud of
Oh,
you.
hey, Charlie. How's the lesson going?
Oh, pretty good.
I don't even know what that means. Well, how's work?
I figured out a new way to use the mixing machines at the bakery. It speeds up production. Mrs. Donner was very pleased. She gave me $50 as a bonus and a $10 raise. But why don't I enjoy working there anymore, Doctor?
Why? You tell me.
I I don't know. They ignore me. You know, it's more. Joe, Frank, they're hostile to me. They're supposed to be my friends. I thought they'd be happy for me, but it takes the pleasure out of this. Why?
Well, the more intelligent you become, the more problems you'll have.
Why didn't you tell me that before the operation?
Would you have understood? Anyway, how are the studies going?
Fine. The Russian is going well, and the ancient history. I've just about finished calculus. It took me 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Well, then you hardly have time to dream.
But I do. I don't think there's a moment of sleep when I don't dream.
About what?
Last night about my mother. Something about a girlfriend of my sister's. I remember my mom saying, if you ever go near a girl, Charlie, I'll put you in the cage for the rest of your life. Is that why I can't ask Alice for a date?
I don't know. Is it?
Will you tell me?
You'll have to find out for yourself.
I did it. I asked Miss Kinnian for a date. And she did it. She said yes. We're going to the concert in the park.
This'll be good.
Shouldn't we be closer?
This is fine, Charlie. Why are you so edgy?
I'm sorry. Oh, what's that they're playing?
Debussy's Reverie. He was a French composer who lived...
Please, school outside at 3 o'clock.
Sorry. It's just, I'm so proud of you. You've accomplished a lifetime of learning in weeks. I just hope to God that you don't get hurt.
Well, why should I? I can't be any worse off than when I was before. Even Algernon's still smart. As long as he's up there, I'm in good shape. At least intellectually.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Nemur says he's positive nothing can go wrong.
I hope so. I feel responsible.
I never would have done it but for you.
Did I do the right thing?
Of course, Miss Alice. Alice, I like you very much.
I like you too, Charlie.
Alice, why can't I put into words the way that I feel?
Don't, Charlie, not yet.
Why can't I trust myself to say...
I shouldn't have come here. I have no right to put this on a personal, emotional level. You have obligations, Charlie. Not just to Professor Nemur and Dr. Strauss, but also to the millions who may follow after you.
But I'm not something to attest to. I'm a man, 32 years old, and I must be able to love.
Wait, Charlie, finish your studies. You're changing too fast.
My feelings for you won't change just because I'm becoming more intelligent.
You're changing emotionally too. Up to now, I've been your teacher. You're bound to think you're in love with me.
You're saying little boys always fall in love with their teachers and emotionally I'm still a little boy?
That's not what I said.
Then why?
Charlie, don't push me. Every week, you're a different person. When you mature intellectually, we may not be able to communicate. When you mature emotionally, you may not even want me. I've got to think of myself too, Charlie.
Alice, look at me. Are you pretending that I'm not even here?
No. I'm pretending that I don't care that you're here. But I do. No!
May 24th. Progress report. Now that I'm smart, I don't understand people at all. Alice hasn't wanted to see me since that night at the concert. And Mrs. Donner, she fired me from my job at the bakery. Now I'm smart, my friends don't want to work with me. I scared them. She didn't want to fire me, but she said she had to. If they put Algernon back in the big cage with the other mice, what would happen to him? June 2nd. Nemur and Strauss are showing Algernon and me off at some scientist convention tomorrow, and I'm angry about it. Why don't they just say, step right up and see the sideshow, the white mouse and the performing moron?
When Charlie came to us, he was outside of society, without friends or relatives, without the mental equipment to live a normal life. No past, no contact with the present, no hope for the future. It might be said Charlie Gordon did not exist before this experiment. And now, May I present my colleague, Professor Harold Nemur.
How dare you? I'm a human being, a person with parents and memories and a history, and I was before you wheeled me into that operating room. You didn't create me.
But has the mouse retained his new mental capacity with no variations?
Well, not exactly. At the peak of his intelligence, Algernon varies. Sometimes he refuses to work. Other times, he'll do the work, but instead of taking his reward, he'll hurl himself against the wall of the maze.
Why wasn't I told that? That's very important.
But we believe this behavior is unique to Algernon, as it hasn't occurred in any of the other mice.
But none of the other mice never achieved his level of intelligence, or held it as long.
Not now, Charlie.
So we have every reason to believe that Algernon's cure and Charlie's are permanent,
But how have you determined that, Professor?
based on statistical evaluation of earlier experiments. Normally dull mice, made normally intelligent, retain the condition for the rest of their lifespan. The only difference is we were vastly more successful with Algernon, and Charlie's intelligence has been increased to a level of genius.
That doesn't prove anything. Your conclusions are premature.
But what do you mean?
Well, it's one thing to hold a minor increase for a lifespan, but in a case where the intelligence has been enormously increased, the waiting period must be extended. We've gone up faster, so we may go down faster, way before the end of the lifespan.
Now in place of a feeble-minded shell, a burden on society who must fear his irresponsible actions, we have a man of dignity and sensitivity, ready to take his place as a contributing member of society.
You don't really know if Algernon's intelligence or mine are permanent, do you?
I'm not sure. We may have presented too soon. What you said, you may have spotted a mistake.
Sorry, Doctor, it's just my superior intelligence.
Now, I should like you all to hear a few words from Charlie Gordon.
You can hear a few words, but I think you'd rather hear them privately.
I think this meeting is adjourned.
I have decided, gentlemen, that I wish to be made a staff member. I want to work on this project.
That's outrageous. May I remind you that you are a patient, not a doctor.
And you doctors have done your work well. But may I remind you, I'm smarter than you are now.
He's right.
And God knows I'm more motivated. Who else can figure out what's wrong with Algernon? And me.
Let him. He understands the experiment personally and therefore more than any of us.
Very well. You may assist us.
I want to get to work as quickly. But plans have been made for me.
What do you mean?
I'm on staff now. I have a right to all information that pertains to the experiment, and that includes my future.
You will be taken care of. There's nothing to worry about.
Well, what happens to me if I regress? Will I go back to what I was?
We have the highest hopes of permanence, Charlie. We still do. We definitely do.
Answer me.
If the experiment fails, there's no way of knowing if you'll go back to the same mental level. Experiences after the operation may leave emotional disturbances. You might even revert to a more primitive level of functioning.
Well, that's really letting me have it.
You wanted it.
I did, so what happens to me then, in that case?
You'll be taken care of, but don't even think about that.
Well, how? It's arranged.
Tell me how.
The Foundation has arranged to send you to the Warren State Home and Training School.
Warren, that's where my mother sent me. Yeah.
Charlie, I've been looking for you since noon. I was worried. You weren't at the lab.
I left her at 11.
And you know about Algernon.
I know he's not eating. I know Beth is force feeding him with an eyedropper. And I know as I watched him squirming under those bands, I felt my own arms and legs tied. And I
I know I've got to stop identifying with them.
Where were you all day?
Sightseeing.
Sightseeing?
Well, I figured perhaps a drive in the country or just have some place to go. I went to the Warren State Home.
Today?
Mustn't put it off till tomorrow. What may happen to you tomorrow?
Charlie, you've got to stop thinking like this. You've got to get a hold.
But I don't have hold, so I just do what I think best till the chromosomes sort themselves out and tell us what's going to become of me.
How was it? Warren,
Practically a country club.
don't be flippant.
They do their best. They are understaffed, but they're nice people. There are no bars, except for the more emotionally disturbed patients. And the rest are roughly divided between the tidies and the untidies.
What does that mean?
What do you think it means? They teach the high morons woodworking and they feed bottles to the rest. They're devoted to their patients, they really are. But nobody said anything about rehabilitation. No one spoke of hope.
Charlie,
The feeling was living death.
Charlie, let me do something. What can I do?
Oh, many things. You could comfort me. You could love me. You could be my wife. But Charlie won't let you. And not me, the other Charlie. The one on the inside is going to be on the outside very soon. And I don't want anyone coming around feeling sorry for me.
Not because I feel sorry for you. Because I feel sorry for me.
What's that supposed to mean?
It doesn't mean. It just is. There's still time, and I want to spend it with you.
That sounds like a bad popular song.
Please, don't make jokes.
I can't help it. I'm in the middle of the biggest joke of all. I don't have enough time left for anyone. I barely have enough left for myself.
I can't believe you want to be completely alone.
I do. There's nothing to look forward to. In a few months, weeks, days maybe, who knows? I'll go back to Warren and you can't follow me there.
No. Once you're there, I'll do my best to forget you. But until then, why must you be alone?
I'm not myself. I'm falling apart and I don't want you to watch. Alice, I don't regret the experiment. Intelligence and education that hasn't been tempered by human affection isn't worth a damn. I don't regret us, Alice.
Neither do I.
You'll go away when I tell you to. It may not be very long. We'll have more than others will have in a lifetime.
I'm miserable at this pace, but they don't understand I'm living at a peak of clarity and beauty I never knew existed. It's as if all the knowledge I've soaked in during the past month has lifted me to a peak of light and understanding. This is beauty, love, and truth all rolled into one. This is joy, and now that I've found it, how can I give it up?
It's incredible. I can't believe anybody can work at this level, at this pace.
It's brilliant work, of course, but do you understand it?
It will take science 40 years to understand what Charlie is telling us this month.
It's Algernon.
Dad?
Found him lying on the corner of his cage, stretched out on his side as if he were running in sleep.
There should be a dissection.
I did it. I didn't want anyone else. Algernon's brain is decreasing weight in comparison to a normal brain, as well as the general smoothing out of cerebral convolutions and a deepening and broadening of the brain fissures.
You'll type out a report.
Is that all you care about? What about me? The same damn thing's happening inside of me.
Of course we're concerned, Charlie, but
We must consider our work, and you should feel some level of gratitude towards us. You're indebted to us in more ways than one.
Gratitude? Since when is a guinea pig supposed to feel grateful?
Do you really think you were better off before you came here?
In some ways, yes. Nobody here cares about me. Me, Charlie Gordon, whether he's a moron or a genius, except insofar as it affects your work. Well, I've served your purposes, and now I'm trying to correct your mistakes. But don't ask me for gratitude.
we did everything we could for you.
Except treat me like a human being. I'm a person now. So was Charlie before I ever walked into that lab. But you think anybody with an IQ of less than 100 is that it don't matter what we do.
We wanted the report because you're the only one that can do it. And we asked for it for other Charlie Gordons, and we still ask for it for them. But you're acting like an arrogant, self-centered ingrate.
What I say? I say something wrong? My mom always told me to be nice people, so that way you make lots of friends, you don't get in trouble.
Oh my God.
I'll take you home.
What are you going to do?
I want to bury Algernon. I don't want to put him in the incinerator. I'll go home type out a report, to mail it in. I don't want to come back here.
Charlie.
We understand.
No, you couldn't. I passed your floor on the way up, Doctor, and I'm passing it down on the way now. I don't think I'll be taking the elevator again. I am afraid. Not of life or death, or even nothingness, but wasting it as if I had never been.
The Algernon Gordon Fact by Charles Gordon. The simple hypothesis, here proved, may be stated in the following terms. Artificially induced intelligence deteriorates at a rate of time directly proportional to the quantity of increase.
I am sorry that my contribution to this experiment must rest upon the ashes of the work of this staff, especially those who have done so much for me. Signed, Charles Gordon.
Charlie, let me in, I have to see you.
Don't want to see nobody.
Charlie, we need you to come down to the clinic. Charlie?
Charlie, you want to see ain't here. He went away for good. September 21st. I did a dumb thing today. I forgot I wasn't in Miss Kinnian's class anymore. And I went back and I sat in my old seat and I said, "Hello, Miss Kinnian. I'm ready for the lesson, only I lost the book we was using." And Miss Kinnian, she looked at me and she started to cry. Isn't that funny? And she ran out. And then I remembered I was operationed on, and I got smart. And I said, "Holy smoke, I pulled a real Charlie Gordon." And that's why I'm going away for good, to the Warren State Home. I don't know why I'm dumb again or what I did wrong. Maybe I didn't try hard enough, or somebody put the evil eye on me. But I got a new rabbit's foot and some new books, and even if I can't read them now, I can try and get a little smarter than before the operation. Well, bye everybody. Miss Kinnian, Dr. Strauss and all. Your friend, Charlie Gordon.